What up, world? And chào anh, chào chị, chào mèo, and chào chó. This is your soon-to-be favorite Vietnamese dude, Ha Mai, of alwayswalmart.com. Visit the site and snag a shirt or 2 or 3 or maybe 4. But if not, take it sleazy. Turn the volume up and listen as I interview cool Vit and non-Vit people like you and me. My guest today is a Dallas-Fort Worth born and bred news anchor who's lived, worked, and played not only in her home state of Texas, but also both East and West Coast. Listen as we talk marriage life, woman hormonal changes, weird stuff, man, I don't know. Her career journey, and her love for knitting. Currently anchoring for CBS News in Portland, Oregon, get to know the enchanting Mrs. Elizabeth Dinh. Wow.
Hi.
How are you?
Hey, how are you?
This is so cool.
Yeah, it is.
You know what's so great about doing Zoom meetings or digital meetings?
What's that?
You can't smell me, or you can't see that I'm wearing shorts.
No pants day.
No pants day for sure. Definitely no underwear day. I know that.
There you go.
That's
That
commando.
should be every day.
Do you know what
Kramer.
Do you know what you got yourself into?
Hopefully something fun.
Yeah. This is really cool.
Your background is way cooler than mine, by the way.
My background is not. It's. I actually tried to tidy it up for you. You know, I really did.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. Mine's kind of a mess, so it's kind of hiding some things.
Yours looks really cool.
Annie's in here. I don't think you can hear her, but she was crying, so I had to let her into the room.
Oh, okay. She can come and go as she pleases.
Well, she'll have to stay because I had to close the door because Kevin watches TV very loudly. So.
Gotcha. Cool.
Yeah.
When's the last time?
How are you? Are you back in Texas?
I am back in Texas. I moved back about...
Oops, hold on. I think I just minimized this. Okay.
I moved back about 3 years ago. 3 years ago now? 2022.
Okay.
Yeah, 2022. So yeah, back here. Back in the depths of it, how hot it is. But it's starting to cool down, which is cool.
Okay.
When's the last time?
I'm so sorry. My headphones just told me they're dying.
That's cool.
Okay.
When's the last time I saw you?
Whenever we went to San Diego, I think.
That was pre-pandemic.
That was pre-pandemic. That was my birthday, so that would have been... were we here or were we in Dallas?
That was probably like 2018, probably 2019.
Yeah, that sounds about right. So we were living here and we went there. Yeah. Yeah, so maybe 7-8 years ago?
That's before the Thanos snap. Crazy.
Before the what?
The Thanos snap, you know? Thanos,
yes.
Yeah, the pandemic. But yeah, that was a fun night. I think we were the last ones on our feet that night. That was cool. We were hanging out in North Park. We went to True, and then we went to a couple other bars, and then we ended up at that 7 Grand place, that whiskey bar. That was fun.
Yeah, it was a long night. I can't rally like that. I mean, I say I can't, but then if I'm on vacation, I probably can. But like, alcohol doesn't. It just like affects me more. But yeah.
We always say that we can, but when it actually happens, it's like, yeah, I don't think I can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so where in Texas are you?
I'm in Fort Worth right now.
Okay.
So yeah.
Nice.
It's like...
I see your tattoo when you put your hand up.
Oh yeah, it's sexy. Gotta represent, you know? Gotta let them all know what's up.
I kind of want one, but I just want someone who can make the shape correctly.
You need to put it on your face. That'd be cool, like right here.
Well, I can't be full on Post Malone just yet. One day.
Maybe a Vietnam on one side and Texas on the other. Yeah.
Maybe. I mean, my friend here, she's got a lot of tats, but one of them on her forearm is the South Vietnamese flag, which is very bold because it's like so bright and big.
Yeah, that's cool.
My dad would be proud.
How's Portland? It's treating you good?
It's good. A few more months will be 10 years here, which is hard to believe.
Dude, wow.
It's crazy. I know. And
time goes by way too fast.
Yes. It's good. I'm blessed. I do get homesick a lot, but at the same time, Kevin runs me home as where we are. He's so sweet.
Cool.
But yeah, like right now it's like 70 something degrees. It's much cooler. Yeah, it's like 76 degrees. So things are not too bad in that realm.
Are you full blown hipster yet? Do you have like a red plaid and a beanie and fixie bike while drinking a craft beer? No?
I don't think I ever was. Like we have this Uber driver. We've had him like a few times. He was like the same guy, but he was like, "Are you guys? You're not from here?" And we're like, "We are. I mean, like we live here." And he was like, "You just the way you dress, you're like dressed nice." And we're like, Kevin's wearing joggers, and I'm wearing what probably similar, and like we look nice. This is our casual clothes. And he's just like, "You look like we're like I don't." I don't know what that means. So, yeah.
They're feeling the aura off of you. They know that you're not.
I think we always have a certain style that isn't like probably the stereotypical Northwest style. But yeah.
That's weird because when I was in San Diego, people were like, "Yeah, you're not from here, right?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm actually not." I think because they hear me say y'all or something too much, so they're like, "Yeah, like you're definitely not from San Diego." But now when I moved back to Texas, they're like, "Hey, are you like from here?" I'm like, "Yeah, like I was born and raised here." And they're like, "It seems like you're like from the West Coast or something." I'm like, "I don't know. Maybe I'm just like screwing with people's brain or something." But
they just
what's up on me? I heard it was just her birthday.
Start saying her name again.
Ban me.
There it goes.
See, she likes Uncle Ha. How old is she now?
What?
She's 1, so that means she's 7. I don't call her Gong anymore. Now I gotta call her Cole.
Just 4. Oh wait, no. How many is dog years? Is it 7?
It's 7. Yeah, so 1 is 7.
4 for some reason.
Yeah.
Okay, banh mi. Okay.
Banh mi.
Yeah.
Banh mi. What's banh mi eat? Pedigree or
No, she's some
Purina?
kind of special food. It's like that Kevin has.
Oh, she has Portland hipster food.
She does, because we want her to live a long life.
Do you ever go to that Portland market? I've been to Portland a couple of times. There's always this market on the weekend that's kind of near downtown. It's like a lot of craft stuff and local stuff.
Yeah, it's called the Saturday Market.
Yeah, that's cool.
Okay, so what are you doing though outside of work, or what are you doing for work?
Just being me, pretty much. That's it. Isn't that great?
Very, very evasive.
Yeah. Inclusive and evasive.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm just back home.
Like my husband, he's the same way. So
I miss San Diego a lot, but Texas is home. I felt like I needed to be home, so here parents are all here, so family's all here. But I'm glad to be home. Maybe I'll be back in San Diego again one day, but for now, Texas again. But yeah, how's Kevin?
He's good. He's on the other side of the wall. He's good as always. He's my rock. So
do you think he has a cup and he's listening? He's listening in?
No.
Have you ever tried that before?
Maybe when I was a kid.
It works. Have you tried the 2 cups and the string phone call?
Probably when I was a kid. Did that work too?
Yeah, that worked too. Next time we do our next podcast, we'll do it that way. We'll get a
on 2 sides of a room.
Yeah, on 2 sides of a room. Exactly. Yeah. Are you treating Kevin's kidney well? Taking care of it?
Of course.
Are you doing 2 waters after every beer? You gotta do that.
I don't really, not as much alcohol anymore. I just drink a lot of water, like I said. But that, I don't know if you want to talk about it, but perimenopause is a real thing for women of my age.
That word is, it's scary.
Yeah.
There was a Pokemon character, his name was Menopause.
Perimenopause?
No, his name was Menopause, but then as I grew older... Yeah, as I grew older, I realized his name was Menopod.
Stop.
As I grew older, I was like, man, that's weird how there would be a Pokemon character named Menopause. And then I was like, oh, his name is Menopod. Now I get it.
We need to look him up.
Yeah.
He is like our mascot.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a real thing. Like, I'm deeply fascinated by it because, like, earlier this year, so I'll be 45 next week, and I was like, why is everything, like, not the same? And then one of my friends was like, you're probably going through this. Watch, here's this podcast. I was like, oh my gosh, yeah. So it's like, it's so real. And it sucks, but I'm getting through it. So Kevin is great. He's very, he's my person. So I'm like, oh my gosh, we've been together for 24 years.
Dude, 24 years?
Like, 24, yeah, because I always remember that sadly 9/11 happened, but we were in college.
Yeah.
And we were hanging out a lot and really good friends, I guess, like kind of dating. And then December, like Christmas time that year, we became official. So that's always my marker is like, oh, it's 2001. So I'm like, yeah, it's been almost 24 years that we've been dating.
I can't even believe September 11th was 24 years ago.
I mean, we have a coworker who, like, he was 23, so the guy was born after that. Like, he's too young to even truly know. It
trips me out whenever I see people and their license, it says, like, born in, like, 2005 or something. I'm like, whoa, that's weird.
Yeah.
But they say your real age is your age right now, plus the age you feel, and then you got to average it, and that's your real age.
What if you subtract it? Because, like, I feel not 45.
That's good. So then, like, so how old do you feel?
I don't know, 35, 38.
Okay, so that's 40.
I just don't think what I feel like 80. 40 would feel.
So, well, yeah, you said you feel like 35 and you're 45, so that's 60, 70. So then you feel 35 then. You're 35. That's how old you are. 40, 56, 70. Oh, it's actually 8. My math. I'm one of those Asians where my math really sucks. So 45 plus 35, 40, 56, 70. 8, that's 80 divided by 2. So you're 40.
Oh, there's a division.
Yeah, there's a division. It's the average of how your real age and how old you feel you are.
Oh.
So you're 40.
Okay.
I probably feel like I think I'm a spry 32.
You're younger than me by a year?
Yeah, I am. I'm going to be 44 in October.
Okay, yeah, you're born in 81.
Yeah, I'm an 81 baby. What animal are you?
Monkey.
Oh, okay, cool. So that means you party then. That means you get down.
Work hard, play hard.
Yeah, that's right. So, 24 years of marriage, what's the secret? Give me the tips.
Listen to each other, be patient.
Oh, that's hard, both of those.
That marriage is hard sometimes. It's easier now, though, but for sure early on it was like, Kevin says I would start fights. But I'm like, no, I just didn't think he was listening to me. But then I look back, I was like, was I starting a fight so much as just like I was frustrated? But he would talk things out, and he was like really patient with me. So I look back on the early years, and so I think like, it's like cool down and think about like, what are we fighting about? It's usually something really stupid, and it's not worth like almost always it's something really stupid. And if it's like you said something a certain way, it's like, okay, can you just like, what do you want? An apology, right? So it's like, can you just apologize? You hurt my feelings. I do think there are times like I would like pick a fight and like, just like silent treatment.
Yeah.
And just like, what's wrong? Nothing. What's wrong? Nothing. And then later he would drag it out of me, or I would like cry and tell him. But I look back now, like I said, like, so obviously every now and then we do have like things where we disagree, or like the way he may have said something that like hurts my feelings. Right. But I have been better in that I will be like, is this worth like picking a fight on? Are we hangry? And that's a good question.
Yeah,
like usually, are y'all hangry? Or one or both of you hangry? And if that's the case, it's kind of like, are you going to let what was just said, or like, was that really a personal jab, or was there like something behind it? And it's like, is this worth starting a fight over? Right? Is this worth like raising the flag about? And so like now I'm usually like, we're just both like in a mood right now, or like we've lack of sleep, whatever the case may be. Or if it really is, I'm just like, that hurt my feelings. It's like, hey, like the way you said that really kind of bothered me. And that's really what you want out of the other person normally, right? It's like an apology, like an acknowledgement and an apology, both sometimes. So when that happens, it's more like addressing it, in my opinion, or asking yourself, is this worth addressing? Can I get over it? And like more times I can usually get over it because I'm like, it's just, we're both in a mood, right? And I'm just like, after we eat, we're going to be better. Or whatever the situation, after we get to our destination, we're going to be better. So that to me is like a big thing. And just that's communication, right? So because when you don't communicate, you hold resentment and then you get angry, and then that resentment grows into something really horrible. And usually it's misunderstandings. Like I know I offend people, hurt people's feelings in my life, people I don't know, right? Just because of, I didn't open the door, I didn't acknowledge them,
Yeah.
But I didn't mean it. Or if I did, then it's just like, oh, I'm so sorry, like the way it came out. Like, anyways, that's what I think has been big for us, is just things that could be blown up into something bigger, is to squash it soon. But besides that, he's a great listener, and we have great conversations about like everything. So I'm such a romantic, so I wish that upon other people, is that like, I just know that, finding someone who will listen to you and understand you and root for you, and sees your true self, and like vice versa, and like not try to change that person, but you're like growing together. Like that's the most beautiful thing.
That is cool.
Long answer, interrupted with sparks, but that's what I think works for beautiful. Us. And I think looking at Kevin, like he's really great at like being patient and listening to me, because I talk a lot.
I feel like as I get older, I just don't care anymore. Just like you were saying earlier, I'm just like, yeah, whatever. Okay, whatever you want, however you want to do things. Because I'm going on 3 years of marriage now. Like, yeah, it'll be two more months. It'll be 3 years. But yeah, I just don't care. It's whatever. It's whatever you want. We'll get it done. However you want.
You mean happy wife, happy life?
Pretty much. Yeah, kind of.
Well, because sometimes you want things, but I think that might be how he lives too. He's really accommodating and respectful, but I think
it's just because we're dudes too. We're just guys, and we're just like, all right, whatever. It's just like, yeah, just simplest path. Whatever you want, it's cool.
Yeah, and I think for me, as the wife, I love like being there for him. It's like when you have your person, your partner, you actually, like I read the 5 love languages a long time ago, like early in our marriage. And I remember that was like really life-changing for me because, you know, we only lived together after we married, and then we were like in Tampa. So we were in like in a new state. And so like didn't have friends and family there.
Everything was
only
new.
beginning. Yeah, it was like scary, but little things of like who's going to do the chores and whatnot. And I remember like having arguments or fights over like the dishes. And like for me, it's like, that's a chore. Like you should do it because you have to, right?
Yeah.
But I later found out through him, it's like his mom does everything. So with him doing the dishes, and nowadays, like if I cook and he cleans up after me, that's a love language because he's acts of service. So like he wouldn't do that for just anyone. Like he does that because he loves me, loves our household unit. And that's like pulling teeth for him, but he does it out of love because he's not a words guy. And then for me, that's why I had to learn. Like for me, I was taught it's a chore. So I'm more like, say you love me. I love you. Leave the sticky notes.
That's so
But
crazy.
then later I realized like he means it. He just doesn't say it as often, you know?
That's like, my wife's pretty quiet too. It's weird because like, we never fight about money. We never fight about jealousy or family stuff. The weirdest thing, we always argue about cleanliness. Like, it's not that she's dirty or anything. It's just like she's doing it like on her pace, on her time. And I'm like, more let's go. Let's get things done fast, quickly. So, and then we argue about it. And then at the end of the day, I'm like, why did we just argue about like a dish that was sitting in the sink for like an hour? And it's like, I'm just like, now I'm, like I was saying, now I just kind of just don't care. Just whatever. But that's really weird how cleanliness is like a thing that marriages have to struggle through, you know?
I think it's because it's like our daily routine. So it's like part of your livelihood. So it's like adjusting with living another person. So that's like a big thing is like making your routine work together. Right.
Yeah.
So like, and you will still get those moments, but then like I said, you just kind of have them less. And it's like, you know, like Kevin's like really fast at getting ready and he's ready to go. For me, it takes a while. It's like, oh, I got to go change outfits. I don't like this. And I can just see him. He's like,
yeah.
But, you know, he just pick a fight. And then I'm just like, and I don't take it personally because I'm like, I am annoying. Like I'm clearly, he's ready. So it's like, you know what I mean? It's like you said, exactly that. It's like you kind of resign to it. It's like, is it worth like fighting over? Most likely not, because let's just go. And can I improve over time? Can I get better at a faster time? Can I set my alarm 30 minutes early? You know, and can he have a little bit more patience? And then over time, the marriage gets better because you guys both kind of like grow on your end and then also have more patience, right? You give a little like wiggle room for the other person.
For sure.
Then you ever would.
Yeah. Dude, you're like Asian Dr. Phil over here. Wow. I'm impressed.
I mean, you know, or Oprah, you know. I'm hoping something is not a beer, it's LaCroix, but...
That's cool. That's sure. I know it's undercover beer. This would be better.
No, I do. I'm telling you, it's the perimenopause. I can't handle... I love scotch.
I don't even know what that is. Like, what is that? Perimenopause?
It's probably airy water with a scent.
No, not LaCroix, but perimenopause. I have no idea what that is.
Oh, you don't know?
Yeah. Should I know? Do I need to know?
Do you want to know? I can
mean,
give you the basics.
Give me the basics.
So not every woman goes through the symptoms the same ways, but perimenopause is the phase before menopause. And so menopause is like medically, the medical term is like, we're getting in deep here. You get ready for you guys.
Quick rundown. Let's roll. Let's go.
So a year of a woman not having her period, that's a full year. And then if that happens, then it's like she's hit menopause. And then that's the next stage of her life. But for perimenopause, it can happen for women in their 30s and most often in their 40s. And it's like I said, it's that stage before that. So it can do with like, a lot of us will feel our hormones. For women, our hormones affect so much of us, right? And that's one factor of it. And a lot of people are feeling the symptoms of it. Like I said, some don't, but some do. And the reason I think there's a big conversation now is that to mediate like those, to help stem the tide of those like really big symptoms. So hot flashes, right? You probably all remember like watching a TV show or movie and it's like, oh, funny, the hot flash lady goes into like put her head in the fridge or something.
Yeah.
But like when you go through it, it's like it really sucks, right? And you're trying to do your job. Like for me, it's like be on TV and act like everything's normal. And I feel like garbage and brain fog. And there's like weight gain that like you can't just lose in the way that we used to, which is like eat less and exercise more. Adjusting how you eat. And for some women, like getting on hormone therapy, which just means like estrogen patch is one form. And then there's medicines that could be progesterone, and taking those two to help regulate this drop in hormones that we have, which is why we have the spike in symptoms that are for some people really unbearable.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's what I went through earlier this year. And that's why I'm so open to talking about it, because then when my friend shared with me like this podcast, and then I found out this doctor, she's actually based in Galveston, and has written like books about it and is on social media, I started researching a lot more. And I was like, okay, a lot of this made sense for me. And a lot of the women around my age are like, yeah, I'm going through something like that. And I'm like, go see your doctor, do this and that. So that's perimenopause. And I think that's why a lot of women are having those conversations, because we didn't talk about it a lot. And like our moms didn't talk about it and our moms, if they had the symptoms, just dealt with it, right? Which is like, oh my gosh, incredible. But the best I can describe it is like at the earlier part of this year when I started feeling it, I would have like severe brain fog. I was tired. Coffee didn't help. I had this weight gain that was like extra, like all the things I normally didn't help. So that like was an extra layer of frustration. And I was like angry, sad, all the tired. And I was just like, what's going on? And then once I finally got the answers and like myself got medicine, I was like, okay, I finally feel like myself. So hence to what we were saying earlier, I do feel like I'm in my 30s again, but earlier this year I felt like garbage.
So basically this is like before you turn into a full-blown gremlin, right?
Yeah. And then it's all downhill from here. Yeah.
Wow.
And then we become grandmas. No, because we all want to like feel good.
Y'all girls are really weird.
We're very weird.
Yeah.
We're weird and moody.
Dude,
so
I used
you got
to...
what you didn't ask for.
I know.
You did ask for it.
I used to get uncomfortable when I would watch like TV with my mom, and then like a tampon commercial pops up, and I felt like really weird. I was like, man, this. But then, and now you're explaining to me what perimenopause is. So.
Do you feel uncomfortable?
No, I feel I'm an adult now. It's like it's normal to me.
Okay.
Just a little bit, just a tad. But that's really cool though. Now I know. Now if I see those signs coming from Nikki, like I can just be like, oh, you might be going through perimenopause.
Yeah.
Perimenopause.
Be careful, right? You don't want to just accuse someone of like it's kind of like, oh, is it that time of the month? It's kind of like, excuse me. Like, but real talk, yeah. Like it's fascinating though, because like for me, I'm like, I get it now. And I'm like, is this perimenopause or am I just really emotional today? Like, I need to navigate this because...
Do you need to take like a Midol or something? So what is it,
I did used to, but I didn't take this anymore.
Okay, cool. Well, enough perimenopause talk. Stop it there. How about your career? Let's talk about your career. How did you get to become a news anchor? Like, was it like your dream? Was it like what you always wanted to do? Like... How did you get to where you're at?
It was my husband's dream. Can you believe it?
Really? Kevin's dream?
Well, no. So kind of.
Wait, he wanted to be a newscaster or he wanted you to be a newscaster?
He saw it in me.
Oh, okay.
So how far do we go back? So I wish I had a story of like, oh my gosh, I was in this full paper or I was in the whatever. I didn't have that upbringing. Like I do have a clear memory of growing up watching Channel 8 and...
I did too. Tracy Rowlett, Gloria Campos.
Yes. Gloria Campos and Teresa Rowlett, but also John McKay.
Chip Moody.
And
George Reba.
The bow tie. Why can't I not think of his
Troy
name?
Duncan.
Troy Duncan. Yes. Yeah. See,
Yeah. Yeah.
And my parents did, so that's why I watched it. So I have this clear memory of like maybe being 8 years old or something, and we'd watch with the captions on, and I would like read with them. But there was a Lunar New Year, and I'm pretty sure because like.
Gloria Campos would wear an ao yai every year.
She wore ao yai or cheongsam. I think I'm saying it wrong, but the Chinese dress or top.
Okay.
My family was so excited, so I remember these things, and so that's who I grew up watching. But like, it didn't hit me like till later that memory. So fast forward to high school, I was like, I guess I'll do like maybe I'll be an eye doctor or a pediatrician. Like my parents were like, be a doctor or a nun. I was like,
and you went to high school. You went to high school in Arlington, right?
Yeah, Sam Houston High School.
Oh, dude. So you're a gangster then. You're a gangster chick.
I went to Bowie, so you went to the other school. Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. That's where I went.
Yeah.
I went to Bowie.
Yeah.
I don't remember him though. And
he's older, that's why.
Oh,
he's
yeah, that's right. Older. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Okay.
Yeah. So he, so I went to Sam, the Texans, and my parents were like, what should you do? And I was like, I thought I'd just be a doctor, it was like, so I'll be an optometrist or a pediatrician. Like those are I was like, that sounds like a good job. I was like, I will just be like a doctor. And then I declared my major as like biology. And then I remember before it started, I was like, oh my gosh, I have like struggled with my chemistry classes. Like physics was like, doesn't make sense to me. It's like a foreign language. What am I thinking? Like all the sciencey stuff is just like, how can I do that? But one of my brothers, he was like studying PR at the time. He's like, maybe you should do that. You like talking, you're very social. Okay. So
this is when you're in college or you're still in high school?
UTA. So this is like me going into UT Arlington.
Okay, cool.
After high school, going into college. Now I'm like, okay, I guess I'll do that. Basically what I'm saying is like, I didn't know in high school what I was going to do just yet.
Cool.
So did that first semester, wasn't my jam. And then I was like, I've always loved fashion design, like interior design and architecture. Switched majors and did interior design, which, side note, at UTA, they have a great architecture program.
Yes.
So my first 2 years was spent like architecture history. I loved it. Like, I don't know if they do it now, but old school sketching and just things like that was like enjoyed. And then by your third and fourth years, what major you had, if it's architecture, interior design, that's when you can focus on it. And then interior design, I was like my third year, and I probably started to struggle a bit more. It was like I didn't have that passion where I would imagine somebody's like, I love this, I'm going to study it, I'm going to wake up and sketch or get inspired.
Mm-hmm.
And Kevin and I were starting to date and hang out. And my mom was just like, if you can hang tight, you know, like you'll be the first in our family to graduate college. Like maybe it's better after this. And for me, I was just like, I don't feel it. I don't know, but I'm so far in. And Kevin was like, that kind of like goes back to what I was saying. Like he's always been just such a, like he'll challenge me on things. Like he doesn't just blindly agree. And for something like this, he was like, you know, maybe that's something like if you're not in love with it, like you really don't seem like you really like it. You're like waiting to the last minute for your assignments, you know, and so he was like, have you thought about like broadcasting? And I was like, you know, and I was doing pageants at that time, which entail speaking and having voice and answering questions on the fly. And so he was just like, maybe you should like look into that. And I did. And I was like, never looked back. It was the right decision. So that's why I joked that it wasn't Kevin's dream for him, but he saw it in me.
Gotcha.
And he was right.
That's cool. So then you took on like some broadcasting classes at UTA? Like
I went all in, took the summer school, everything. Cause then I was like, oh, it was, now that I can look back, like it was scary then, but now I'm like, oh, this was the right thing. I was fascinated by the textbooks, by the lessons. And then when I took my internship, it was at KXAS, the NBC station. And it was like, every day was exciting for me. And I absolutely loved it. And it was the right call. I was just like, yeah, like not just what I do, but like the behind the scenes of like, every day is different. The gathering news information, talking to people, working to confirm it, whether it's like the serious stories, the lighter stories, and then also being a speaker that I'm gifted with being able to do that, right? I'm long-winded and I'm not shy. It kind of goes hand in hand. And I'm absolutely curious and I love helping people know. So clearly like me explaining perimenopause, like I want you to know as much as you can. And I love being able to like start that, I wouldn't say conversation, but kind of like it being a starting point for you on a topic. And I see that as our newscast, right? Like I'm not going to give you obviously everything in like 2 minutes time, but hey, I can like give you what I know so far. And then if you want to keep going on that, I've given you the information that I have. So
did you come into like knowing that you wanted to be a newscaster, an anchor in the forefront? Or did you want to do like back end stuff, like a lot of the production stuff, researching stuff, camera work? You wanted to be the actual newscaster, right?
Yeah, I knew I wanted to be a reporter / anchor pretty early on, but I will say that back then I didn't know how much I would appreciate like producing, because in my first job in the first market, which is Amarillo, a small town market, I ended up doing a lot of that. So I produced a little, I edited a little bit. There's been points in my career where I've shot some. So even though I'm prominently speaking on camera, I've learned to do more. But I think early on, to answer your question, I kind of had a feeling I wanted to be front facing. Yeah,
you never get the butterflies. You never get nervous when the camera, and whenever it's like 3, 2, 1, you're like ready to go. Like you don't get any like you don't get anxious.
Yeah, if it's a big story, there can be nerves, but over time it eases. I tell people that like I emceed an event last night, and you can hear people's reactions, right? Or if they're paying attention, it's kind of loud. So in some ways that's a little nerve wracking because you're like wanting their attention, but you may not get it, you know, or you can see their reaction if someone's yawning, if someone's smiling. But with the studio, all I see is the camera, and technically it feels like I'm talking to myself. So that may be it. But I don't know, to answer your question, be like, how do I do this? I asked my dad on several years back, I was like, do I get it from you? Because I have memories of my dad. So, you know, Vietnamese weddings, they have someone who will MC and like announce the family members and here's the bride. I know my dad did that at least once or twice. And I asked him recently, he was just like, I don't know. I'm like, Dad, you did that. I can't make up this memory. But I remember him like at Kowloon or something and doing that. And I was like, as I got older, I was like, it's interesting that they asked my dad to do that. You know, I don't remember him being a relative at these weddings. He just did it. And then so during pandemic, when we were kind of stuck apart and I was getting all like, what's my family life like? So I called him and I'm FaceTiming and I'm like, did I get that from you, the fact that I do this for a living? And he was like, no, you got it from your Omnoi. And then that turns into like this very tearful like conversation, because I only met my Omnoi one time before he passed away. And so I didn't really know much about him. And when I met him, he had a stroke, but my dad was like telling me all this stuff that I just never asked and never knew. But he was like a great communicator. So I was just kind of like in tears, just like, okay, so I get it. I get it from him.
That's cool. After school, you said you went to Amarillo. That's where you're at. So you were working for a station over there for a while, or?
Yeah. So
did it stink over there? Smell bad? Because that's where all the cow factories are at, right? In Amarillo.
Yeah, they call it the smell of money.
Yeah, that's what it is.
People who live there, don't offend them.
Have you been to the Big Texan Steakhouse?
I have, yeah. I didn't eat that, but I've had I remember eating their prime rib, I think.
You didn't try the 72-ounce steak?
Well, no, because I'm not going to finish that, but yeah.
I went out there with my brothers and my sister-in-law. We had the cow nutsack. Dude, it was actually kind of good.
Is that what they call it?
It was like these bull balls. It was like literally like bull nutsack.
Is there another name for it?
I think it's just called bull scrote or something. I don't know, but it was kind of decent. It was like kind of crunchy.
Crunchy.
Yeah. But yeah, so you were out there for a little bit. How long?
Sorry, Bunny's crying, so since we're okay with letting her in.
Yeah, let her in. She probably heard us talk about bull nutsack, and then she wants to join the conversation. Do you ever wonder if dogs think in words, or like what do they think? They're just thinking pictures. They're just thinking imagery constantly.
I think it's probably
barks.
I don't know. They're very.
It's got to be all imagery in their mind. Like it has to be.
I don't know, but she hears so much, and they can smell.
Maybe it's just like a really profound English, and we just don't realize it. Like,
no, I imagine it's like a different language. It's like
it's like the Snoop
babies. You know how Nanny was like.
Oh no, that's the Peanuts. That's the Peanuts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I imagine it's like that.
It probably is like that. So yeah, bull nuts and Amarillo. So how long were you out in Amarillo? I love all the side quests we're taking. We're taking a lot of side quests. It's great.
We do. We get sidetracked, and I can do that to people. Yeah. I have been so bad that like when we're in a Uber and then they want to start talking and they miss their turn and comes like, can you just talk to them? And I'm like, well, I want to be pleasant. I don't want to be rude. But then they get in this very consumed conversation.
I'm always driving and I'm like conversating with my wife, and then I get so deep into the conversation that I miss an exit or I miss a turn, and then she's like, why didn't you? And then I'll blame her. I'm like, why didn't you warn me? I'm like. And then, but then I look back like, it's my fault. Why am I even trying to blame Nikki right now? But yeah.
Shame.
Yeah, I know, shame. Amarillo, the smell of money.
Yes, smell of money. But an interesting market to learn. Yes, because there's a lot of cows. The cattle.
Were you forced to go out there to learn? Or was that like hey, you got to go out to Amarillo. That's where you got to get your start.
Yes. To be a reporter anchor, and I sent at that time it's tapes. Nowadays it's like links, right? But I have like VHS tapes. I would go to the post office like several times a week, and where I knew there was openings, and just send my resume reel is what it's called. And then I got that job in Amarillo as a reporter, and then 6 months later became the weekend anchor. But it was to get that experience, because for that kind of job. It just depends on who gives you a chance, right? And so for me to start in Dallas was like near impossible because I just didn't have the experience. So I knew that I was going to have to go to a small town. And I was glad I was able to stay in Texas. So it was a small market, and, it's like just a place to start. And it's the place that would give most college grads in small town cities like that, right? Give me experience that I don't yet really have. And I had worked for Fort Worth City Cable at the time. And so I had a job there, but it was like part-time. So I needed that real experience. We kind of joke that it's like grad school for a lot of us,
How fast was it before graduating from school to getting that first gig?
For me, it took almost a year. I almost gave up. It was like really rough for me.
Did you question yourself again?
Yeah. If you talked to me like this time, like 20 years ago or whatever it was like, I was setting up my tapes and like, what am I doing wrong? Like, I feel like I'm supposed to be doing this, like I've enjoyed what I learned. It's like, it doesn't come hard to me, but at the same time, like, why was it so hard to find a job?
Yeah.
And I had this like news director in El Paso, and that's like Market 100.
But you went to El Paso too? So you were in Amarillo?
No, I didn't go to El Paso. So Amarillo is Market 131, and there's like 200 something markets. To give you an example, New York is number 1, LA is 2, Chicago 3, Dallas is 5.
What's the number 4 market? Is it San Fran?
I have to look it up. I think it's Philly.
Oh, okay, cool. That makes sense. Yeah.
So it took me a year to get that job, and I was almost discouraged. And I was like, what's wrong with me? And this guy, like a news director in El Paso, so just giving you reference, like Market 100, right? So he was like, I see a potential, but you would be, I don't know, something like, you wouldn't be in my top 10, but you'd be like in my top 30. And I think that if you did this, this, and this, like fix my resume reel, for example, and like, I know you have that potential to be a storyteller, but like, he critiqued it, and I didn't ask for it, and I didn't know, and I wish I still had that email, like I didn't know how much that would change everything, because then I took his advice and changed my reel, right? Because it was just basically the way I presented myself didn't show my strengths. And so when I took that advice, and then I had bites, and then so like I interviewed a couple places, and I ended up going to Amarillo, like I said, and the rest is history.
Gotcha. And then you were there for how long?
Like 3.5 years.
And then you jumped to Tampa next? Is that, Were you excited about that opportunity? Were you like, man, Florida, this is like big time. It's like a bigger market.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Yeah, for sure. It's like exciting and scary, because Kevin and I just got married, and we were like in our late 20s at the time. And I mean, we never lived outside of Texas.
Yeah.
And then we were living together for the first time. So it was like exciting and scary, but I also like grew a lot. It was, Florida is different, and I learned the area real fast, but also like it's very fast paced. Working with experienced people was different. The news was just constant.
Yeah.
It was tough, but I grew up real fast in my industry.
Did you go to St. Pete a lot?
Yeah, sometimes I had like, back before I was like now I avoid the sun, but that's
you're turning to a true Vietnamese, like, older woman, like a scared of the sun.
Like part of it is that because I used to love tanning. Like I used to love it. And so back then I tanned a lot, but now it's because like I can't. But we would go explore different beaches like every weekend, and it was like.
Did you do a lot of Orlando? Did you go to Orlando a lot?
We did go a few times, because it's just like
it's like an hour and a half.
Away.
Yeah, cool. So how long were you in Tampa for?
I think about 3 years as well.
And then you went to Dallas.
Yeah.
Oh, Seattle. Yeah. Okay, cool. Mm-hmm. How long were you up there for?
2 years.
Were you excited about that opportunity too?
Ready for a change at that time. I didn't know it would be like opposite part of the country. So it was like totally different climate. And once again, I'm like.
Did you get bored of Tampa? You got bored of it, or it's like you grew out of it, or you just knew that it was time to take that next step? And
it's like time to take the next step.
And it's cool. It's cool too.
There are aspects I miss of it for sure.
Because you're like elevating too. You're going to like a bigger market with each step, which is really cool. Because Seattle's market is bigger than Tampa's, right?
Seattle and Tampa are actually close. They're like one might be 12 or 13.
Oh,
they're like
okay.
kind of on par. Yeah.
But is that like your mindset going into like I wanna get to a bigger market and this is what I gotta do to like get there?
Yes and no. I for sure when I was younger I was like, oh my God, I was obsessed with market size.
Yeah.
But now it's like each market is different. So I think it's what everybody wants. It's like, where do you want to live? Quality of life, the stories you tell, your community. Like there's a lot more, I think, to the decision making for each person. But I don't know. I'm glad that it gave me the chance to move around, because part of it was also Kevin too. It's like, if I had never taken on this job and this chance to move around the country, I was always like, let's just go. You know, what do we have that's anchoring us here? Let's take on this new opportunity. I did it before. I'll do it again. Right.
Yeah.
As Amarillo was scary for me. And I was like, oh, I thought I knew Texas. Like it was snowing. Like the first weekend I was there, I was like, what is this? And I was just like, I was crying. It was like, this is different Texas. But then I grew into it and I was like, okay. So I've had like this habit of like being uncomfortable and then making myself comfortable. Yeah. And so like my career has kind of
do you get like wanderlust? Is that what it is? Kind of like
some ways, yeah. I mean, obviously, like I also like being situated, but I guess I'm saying like when I did make those moves, it was more like the fear of trying something new. I overcame that by looking at more as like an adventure and like, hey, you know, I'm going to go to a new city and explore the heck out of it and learn it. And as a reporter, you know, you really do go around and learn a lot. So it was like kind of exciting and scary. So yeah, so Seattle for a couple of years, and that's where the weather was completely different from Tampa. And I really did think, I was like, is everyone going to wear like flannel? It's like, no, everyone doesn't wear flannel. I mean, is there a lot? Yes, but not like everyone. And it doesn't rain all the time.
Did you wear a flannel around your waist? Did you take the arms and like wrap
I
it
didn't.
around? You
See,
didn't do that.
but that's me.
You didn't do that with combat, with like a combat boots and like a cutoff shorts?
I've never been that person. So
I think you should. I think you need to. I think that'll be a good look on you.
Maybe.
So how long in Seattle before you went to Dallas?
So I was there for 2 years, and then Dallas, and that was like 2012, and I was in Dallas for like 3.5 or 4 years.
But were you like, man, I'm not sure. Do I want to go back home, or like was that kind of part of your plan? Like, yeah, I want to.
I always wanted to get back home.
Okay.
Yeah, I always wanted to get back to Dallas.
And then you worked for CBS? Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Oh,
Channel
cool.
11.
I only know 2 Vietnamese news anchors. It's you and Betty Nguyen, and I think she worked at Channel 11, right? Didn't she?
Yeah.
Because my brother would always he always hornball over Betty Nguyen all the time. He's like, I gotta watch the news. You gotta turn on Channel 11. And I was like, why? He's like, man, Betty Nguyen, dude, she's hot. I was like, okay, I guess. But that's how I know Betty Nguyen. But yeah, did you learn anything?
She's in Miami now. She's still in the game.
Did you learn? Were you working with her when she was there?
No, I came later. But I mean, it's like, because there's so few Vietnamese people and Asians. Like, I'm with the Asian American Journalists Association.
Yeah.
But even like among us and then among the Vietnamese, majority of us know each other or know of each other. So last year, the national conference was in Austin, and I met her. It's probably really weird. But I was just like, I used to work at Channel 11. I'm from Arlington too. And she's like, okay.
Did you?
Yeah, I fangirl too, for the record.
Okay, cool.
And she's like, okay.
Did you specifically want to work for Channel 11? Did you want to do Channel 5 or Channel 4 or like? I think there was like CW33 at the time too, right?
Yeah, they're around, but now I think they do. I don't think they do traditional newscasts. But yeah, back then I think I was just like, if I could make it back, it was the right opportunity. I wasn't going to be picky about it. So
cool.
I was just happy to just be in the market.
Did you have a favorite news anchor all time?
Oh, because I grew up watching Gloria and John, but then also when I started working at Channel 11, I befriended Karen Borda. I was just talking with her recently. Fellow UTA gal,
Yeah.
So it was just like, she was like the big time UTA person. And I was just like, represent. She's from Arlington.
Yeah.
So she is the nicest person. So it was cool to work with her. Yeah, I mean, and then there's some people who are just legendary. They've been there a long time, right? Like Clarice Tinsley, like she's awesome.
She's still there, right?
When she followed me back on social media, I was like, oh my gosh, Clarice Tinsley, And even some of the sports people, like to have met Babe Loffenberg, it was like,
oh yeah,
he was a sports director at the time, and I was like, he's, and you just I have these moments where you kind of like I said, like fangirl out, and then it's so nice when they just treat you like a normal person, and you don't, because you don't know, right?
Yeah.
And then when they do, it's just so nice. So he's super nice. Who else is there? Doug Dunbar, he's the evening anchor. He's also like really great. I love his style.
Yeah.
Mike Ducey, I think, is really great.
Oh yeah, I think he's great. I think he's cool.
Yeah.
Do you remember Jane and Mike?
That's when I was interning there. That's who was the anchors.
Oh, really? Okay, cool.
Yeah, and so I remember Mike Snyder, who was like, "Hi, I'm Mike. What's going on?" I was like, "Hi, I'm with Gentleman."
Yeah, he's totally. What's that dude from that movie?
You think he's Ron Burgundy?
Yeah, he's totally Ron Burgundy. It's weird though, because like I feel like we see these people every day, every night, but every time I go around town, like they're never in the wild. I never see them. I seen Scott Murray one time because he was at my old elementary school. He was doing the celebrity read aloud, and he was our celebrity. I was thinking it was gonna be like Tom Cruise or something, but then it was like Scott Murray, and I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. But yeah, cool. And then how long before you moved to Portland? And why did you decide to do that jump? Why did you want to get away from home and then go to Portland?
Yeah, it was tough because I was so happy to be back in Dallas, and I wanted to definitely anchor more, and I was reporting a lot, which I loved. But at the same time, I was like really wanting that chance to anchor more, and this opportunity came up in Portland, and I took it. Yeah, and so here we are.
Cool. Do you always wear something different? Or do you ever wear anything twice?
Yes.
Really? I would never think that a news anchor would, besides a dude, you've worn something twice before. So we're talking about
You think I have a whole new wardrobe?
Yeah, I honestly do. Yeah. You don't?
Yeah. I will let you in on a secret. It's that I personally keep a Google calendar of what I'm wearing. So I try not to repeat within a month's time.
Okay.
But every now and then, if I like an outfit, I'll be like, oh, it's been 3 weeks. But most of the time I don't. I have pretty decent rotation of tops and dresses to where like I just kind of mix it up. But I have clothes that I've had for like some items for probably 15 plus years. I mean, yeah.
What about like hair and makeup? You gotta do it yourself, or do you gotta
I do it all myself. Yeah, I think that surprises people.
Is there an option though? Is there like an option where somebody can do it for you?
Not where I work and not where anywhere I've worked.
Oh, okay. I always thought there was like a makeup chair that like all the newscasters would sit in and like they got all prepped up before, but
yeah, really, at the network level.
Even the guys have to do their own makeup too.
Yeah, and there's like makeup people who will like give you a consultation, or people don't know, like nowadays, like a lot of stations don't even have the budget for that. So, but if you just like let's say you wanted to do it, right? Or you wanted to just start wearing makeup for what you're doing, you could just go to like Nordstrom or Sephora and like talk to a makeup consultant and like, or even someone who does that professionally, right? Like when I first moved here, at that time, my station had a lady and she does makeup for like movie and TV shows. And so she gave me the consultation and is like, here's what you should do and how to do it. I was like, cool. And I'm like, great. Cause I didn't know how to do like my eyeshadow like that, you know? So, you can easily talk to somebody and then do that. And for guys, it's obviously a lot more simpler. It's just about putting on foundation to smooth out your skin. And
interesting.
That's it. You know, you don't want to have shiny skin, you know, things like that. You want the makeup to even out your tone. And at the end of the day, the way I see makeup is like to enhance your features, but also so that it doesn't distract, right? Like I said, like I tend to have shiny skin, but if I can like make that go away, you're not distracted by like that aspect.
Are you a fan of like the 10K HD TVs now, because they catch pretty much everything? Like I'll watch a news thing and I'll see like an eye booger in like Mike Schneider's eye or something because it's so crystal clear these days. Like, do you ever get like worried about that, any of that stuff or anything?
No, because you can't fight aging. I mean, and I get there's like things to fix that, but I think I get that from my mom and dad. It's like, it is what it is.
What if TV just went back to analog and antennas, bunny ear antennas? Would that be better?
No, because then our eyes would be like, why is it so blurry?
Have you
want
ever
to watch a football game like that? Heck no.
Have you ever wore any of your hand knits to
all the time? I'm wearing one right now.
No way, really? Dude, that looks nice. I thought you got that from like Macy's or something. How long does it take you to make that?
I don't count the hours. It can take months because I just do it in my free time.
How did you even get into that?
It's a fun story. I always wanted to, and then this event that I emceed for like a charity or something, and so I went to look at the silent auction items, and one of the ones was a basket of like knitting and sewing gift certificates, and I won it. And then I was like, hey, at this knitting store, like I have this gift certificate. What can I buy to learn how to knit? And they're like, here's this book. Here's some knitting needles. Here's some yarn. I was like, cool. And I like read the book, and I was like, then I watched like some YouTube videos, and I kept trying, and I was like, loved it and kept wanting to do more. And then I never looked back. Like I'm so happy and so obsessed with knitting. Is it like a new passion, or is it like your number one passion now? Top 3 passion? Yeah, it's up there. Yeah. Like it's just like a whole other world of.
That's like, impressive, dude. What you're wearing right now is very cool.
Thank you.
Do you sell them?
Yeah, I thought you would ask more. So I was like, I have stuff on the side if you want me to show and tell.
Dude, do you sell them anywhere?
No, just because that would take the joy out of it. I've made some gifts for friends who had like babies, and so I make little hats. And then for some relatives, I've knit hats. But it's been a while because I found like I was rushing. It wasn't as fun.
How wild would it be if Portland news anchor Elizabeth Dinh went to the Portland market, the weekend market, set up her own table and sold like her own like special knits? Wouldn't that be crazy though? Like beanies,
but it
sweaters, scarves.
I'm not a fast knitter, and I think that's my boundary, you know, like I know it would take the joy out of it for me, and I don't want to lose that.
No, but then
because I go at my own pace.
It'll be more one of a kind and limited edition though. It'll be better. I can make some hang tags for you. I think that'd be kind of cool. You know, maybe a banner for your table.
I'll let you know.
Yeah, let me know. Think about it. Okay. We'll go 80-20 split. How about that?
If I can only make like one sweater for a person like per year. That's probably my rate because I'm so slow. My pace. Then I have to sell it for like $35,000 or $2,000 to even be worth it, right? It's like no one's gonna buy that.
Have you ever made anything for Kevin?
He doesn't want anything. I made him a hat, and then I was the one who lost it.
How How do you wash it? Like, I would be so like paranoid on how to wash like a hand.
Just gentle wash. You soak it and then you just let it dry.
But you can't put it in the machine.
Most of the time, you use like I use a lot of wool. So if you use synthetic stuff, I think that's a different story. I don't really know, but I know like for the natural fibers, for example.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't even have to wash it quite often because it's really resilient. I mean, they come from sheep, right? And they live outside. So you just do like a gentle soak and then lay it flat and dry.
One time my brother, he borrowed my dad's like a blazer. And then like, I think he went to go smoke and he didn't want my dad to smell the smoke on it. So he just threw it in the washing machine. And then he dried it and we pulled it out of the dryer and it was like as big, it shrunk to the size of like a teddy bear. But like, my dad saw it, he's like, what the hell happened to this? But like, he got really pissed. But I thought it was funny though. But
I did that to a dress before I learned how to knit. I was like, oh, that's why they say like, don't do that.
Yeah. I was like, I never believed those. I was like, man, F these instructions, whatever. I'm gonna do whatever
I love that dress. And I was like, dang it. It said not to do that. And it looks like it's for an 8-year-old. Like, I loved that dress.
Oh yeah. Going back to the news thing. How do you like deal with it? Like, you know how the news is so heavy now? It's like, it's so in your face too. It's all over social media. You see it everywhere you go. Like, how do you like deal with like all the bad news and like just like all the shit that's going on in the world? Like, and then not only are you consuming it like a normal person, but you're in it. Like, how do you deal with that stuff? Is it depressing? How do you sleep at night? Like, do you sleep with a clear mind? Are you thinking about all these bad stories? Like that's crazy. Like, yeah, I wonder how news anchors deal with that stuff. Because I think, didn't Gloria Campos leave because she said it was like too heavy? It was getting too heavy on her or something?
I don't know if she did, but I mean, it wouldn't surprise me. I mean, some days are really heavy for sure. And I mean, I could go on and on. There's a lot of sad news. You just compartmentalize is the best thing, right? Like, because I'm like, it's not just me. Like, how does a doctor in the ER do that? How does a paramedic? How does a cop do that, right? Like, people who deal with like heavy stuff even more than I do, right? I'm just reporting on it. I don't even always see it. Our camera people and reporters. But compartmentalizing is one, right? Like, you just know, like, this is my job and I'm going to separate my feelings. But some stories get to you a bit more and you will cry. You will get mad. And sometimes they do, right? We're human. So that's how I deal with it, like when I'm on air and I get through the stories. But have I come to near tears for some stories? Or have tears? Absolutely. But other times I'm in a better, I don't know if frame of mind is the right way, but I know like this is my job. I'm communicating but later on, then it hits me hard. So all those things, like to this day, that's why it's like, it still is like one of those things where it reminds us that you can compartmentalize, but some stories will hit you hard because they remind you of you or someone you know. For whatever reason, they just hit you hard because we're human. But to answer your question, I think that's how I handle it. Some stories, they get to you, so you get more involved. You get to know it a bit more, right? Mm-hmm. And others, you do your best to communicate. I do my best to communicate the news for people to know what's going on, and then I move on. And then when it's heavy, some days, some weeks are heavy. That goes back to my knitting and why I can't see myself doing it as a business, because for knitting, it is truly like, I can't look at my phone. Some people, you can watch a show and whatever, but there are times when I get a challenging knitting pattern and
you just want to get
really
lost in it. Yeah,
like I don't even listen to music. I might just put on my noise canceling headphones and just like look at it. But I'm in another place for like an hour or two, and it is almost meditative. Yeah. And that's how I kind of like, I do that like on weekends, right? It's kind of all of us, right? Like, how do you, when something's heavy, you just kind of draw a boundary and
but that's kind of, that's another reason how we know that you're built for this profession, though. You know how to just, put that stuff aside, know how to block it off. Like, yeah, you're just born to be like a newscaster, and that's one of the reasons why,
some days, but just know, I know, thank you, but just some days are hard. I just want to admit that. Like, some days are really hard, and some days I do cry.
Yeah. Okay, now are you ready for the hard-hitting questions?
Yeah, that wasn't it?
That wasn't it. Now we're getting there. What year did your parents come?
75. Oh,
my parents did too. Straight to Texas? Did they go to Fort Chaffee?
Mm-hmm. Fort Chaffee, then Texas.
My parents too. Who knows? Maybe they crossed paths.
They may have.
They have.
And then Irving, which is where I was born. And then
How many brothers and sisters?
Well, so they both had first marriages in Vietnam. So my mom had my first brother, and then my dad with his first wife had 4 boys. So that's 5. And then they had my next brother, which is 6. And then me, I'm 7. So
you're the baby. You're the baby of all the babies.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, cool. You're the ook. You're the ookie then. Does your mom
call you?
Yeah, mom call you mom. That's what mom calls you?
No, not anymore. I mean, I have some family members who do.
Okay, this is quick food battle, okay? Really quick, fast. Pho or bông bao way?
That's funny. I had bún bò Huế just a while ago.
So we
But
saying
normally I'm pho.
So we're gonna say pho then, right?
Okay, yeah, because today I did differently.
Okay, so bún bò Huế or bún riêu?
Bún riêu.
Bún riêu or bánh canh?
Bún riêu.
Bánh canh or bánh mì? Not your dog, the actual food.
Please say bánh mì. Bánh mì.
Okay. Bánh mì or con tăm thịt nướng? Chao gà or con bò lục lạc?
What was the second one?
Con bò lục lạc.
Gum ball lip lock?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like lip lock.
And ultimate winner out of pho, bún riêu, bánh mì, bò lục lạc, and cơm tăm. You gotta pick one out of those 5.
Pho.
So pho's ultimate winner?
Mm-hmm.
All right, that's good. That's good. I think my ultimate winner is going to be pizza. As much as I love Vietnamese food, pizza always wins for me.
So you gotta try Vietnamese pizza then.
I have. I tried at that place called Zalat. They got like this pho pizza.
And you didn't like it?
It's all right. I feel like they should put like some like bò Vieng on it or something.
I feel like, what did we have in Vietnam though? Because there's this place and it was Pizza 4Ps and it's like a chain there, and we were like, how's this gonna be good? And it was good. They have like pasta and pizza.
Wait, is it like pizza or is it like Vietnamese pizza? We're talking about.
No, I mean it's like pizza. But then there was like one, like I think they changed their menu, but one it was like, I want to say it was like bò kho, and it was like the flavors of bò kho, but it still had like,
but it's on a pizza?
The dough and everything was like nicely done. It was like mind-blowingly good.
So there's like,
and there's a place here in Portland called Ha Mai Pizza, and they do that too. They have like a pho pizza, which I haven't tried, but I know it's gotten good reviews. So,
would you call it a pizza then? A futza? I guess no.
You can call it a pizza.
Okay. Right, these are the last questions. Then I'll let you go. You can party with banh mi. Did your parents do these things growing up? Did they put newspaper on the table before dinner? Like jai bao ra, and then so you can eat.
I don't. It's funny. I don't really always remember that, but I know maybe if they were frying things, it was like around the stove. So
not on the dinner table. You don't eat on it or anything. Like just to like put your bones on it while you're eating, and then you just wrap up the newspaper and throw it in the trash. If it was something that had entailed that, yes. But if it's kind of like tit kong rau muong kind of thing, like no. But well, yeah. Did they ever? Sometimes. Did they ever put straining bows over your food so that flies don't fly into it, like or get on it, like or insects? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Cool. Flip it upside down. Did your parents ever lay you down on your stomach, expose your ass, and then whip the shit out of it with either a sandal, a rolled up newspaper, or a fly swatter, or something else? Later in life, it was the end of a duster because it was like toxic. And it was like a whip, and it was actually scarier. But I do recall being like 5 or 6, maybe less, and me and my brother got into an argument. So then my dad was like, go lay on the bed. Yeah. And so then I thought I was so smart. And then my dad just was like, started laughing. He's like, you think I don't see that? I put a book on my butt. I put my pants. It was like a shape of a square on your ass, right? Yeah. Yeah, I remember this. And he's like, really? Why did he get me mad at me? Because I thought it was so smart. I was like, you can see that? And he's like, yeah. I was like, that's hilarious. Only worked once. You know what's crazy is that this day and age, the Vietnamese parents don't do that anymore. They don't whoop their kids like that no more. No, because now it's in trouble. Yeah, now you just stand in the corner and you think about it. Yeah, they actually get grounded. I guess the American thing stuff. Yeah, I was like, you get to go to your room. Like I just stand in the corner. Yeah. Did y'all own a Toyota or a Japanese car and it had a stuffed animal on the back dashboard with a box of tissue right next to it? I think with the tissue, I don't remember the stuffed animal, but maybe. But yes, I think we always had like Toyotas or Hondas. Okay. Or Nissan or something. But ours is rosaries. Rosary. Oh, yeah. Mary. Yeah, that's what I got too. We got that too. Did your parents ever wear a rice hat in front of the front yard, squat and hand pluck weeds? No? Really? Wow. I don't recall that. That's impressive. My dad still does that to this day, I think. Did you ever have to sew in the garage and like your mom make you stuff shoulders and a shoulder pad in a woman's garment? Okay, cool. That's why I was training how to sew. Sadly, I just knew how to knit and I don't remember it. Dude, maybe that's like an offspring of sewing though, knitting. True, so, yeah. But if I had known, I probably could have been that fashion designer. So you still are a fashion designer. You are at heart. Did your parents ever buy a special radio that just tuned into a Vietnamese station and it would play? Oh yes. Yeah. Okay,
Yes.
cool. Okay, cool. And did your parents brush their teeth loudly in the house?
Just
And
Dad.
you could hear the hawking and the spitting out. It feels like you're in a
And
war
then the
zone.
tongue. The metal tongue.
What's crazy though is that I do that now.
And then you can like shoot boogers out your nostrils.
This is when you admit to me that you do the same thing, right? You
I don't do it.
Yes, you do. Yeah, you do.
My dad did it. I don't do it. I just don't exist.
I think that's it. Are you feeling better now? You happy now? I'm gonna let you go now.
Do I feel better?
Yeah, you're
I'm
out.
feeling bad.
But yeah, that's it. That was cool. That was fun, right?
It was.
Yeah.
Good to see you. I wish you well.
You too.
Give my regards to the missus.
Thank you. I will.
And yeah, next time we're in Texas, we'll have to toast, to something.
Or hey, maybe next time I'm in Portland.
Let me know. We're here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Awesome. Bye, Elizabeth.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
Bye.
See ya. If you enjoyed today's podcast and would like to be a future guest, email me at walmap.podcast@gmail.com. And while you're at it, like, subscribe, and follow. And don't forget to check out Elizabeth weeknights at 5, 6, and 11 p.m. on KOIN6 in Portland, Oregon. And follow her on IG at Eliz Dinh. That's ELIZDINH. Until next time, peace, love, and do Ha Mai.
Ngồi xe như nước